With Survivor Series coming up very quick, you wonder if the WWE is going to understand what they did in the last month or so leading into Hell in a Cell. Would they do something different? Nope. We get exactly the same problem we got in the last 3 weeks nearing a month. The WWE doesn't get it. And when you look at this show, I didn't care about it. I didn't. Did I enjoy a couple of things in it? Of course, anybody enjoys something in the show. But it was so small, it was very upsetting. So the first thing I'm going to talk about that I did enjoy was the New Day skits dealing with Seth Rollins and before the 5-on-5 elimination match. I'm not even talking about it being Survivor Series. That was stupid. I'll explain that later. But they're the only reason I enjoy watching most of what the show gives. They just are. And that's so sad. I don't like to think that one of the few things I like is because of them joking around. It should be more to it. It should be the wrestling. It should be the character development. It should be the storyline, the quirky stuff, which are the skits. 4 things I would enjoy. And in general, I only enjoyed one thing through the show. And that's so sad. Now, another thing I'm going to talk about. This is one of the few things I enjoyed about, well, 2 more things I enjoyed in the show. The first one of the 2 was the Usos are back. Usos are back! Yeah, baby, they're back. Jey Uso is finally back. Now, I know that Jimmy had not been seen much on television. I think he even took a little bit of time off, but he still worked in Superstars and in SmackDown to a certain extent. But now that his brother's back from his shoulder separation, they're now back into it again. And that's a very good thing because we need something going on with New Day in the title scene. That made me very happy to see the Usos come down during the 5-on-5 match at the end of the show. Now here's another thing that I did enjoy that makes me curious and that you'll think is ridiculous. ADR, Zed Coulter, and Jack Swagger. Yes, I know you're thinking, are you serious? Are you actually care about Jack Swagger? No. But there is a story behind it. There is a background story behind it. Look, when it came to We the People, I actually got over big time for a while. At least until Jack Swagger messed up doing weed in a car and then got arrested and got in trouble with the law. I think they would have pushed him much farther than he got if he hadn't fucked up with the law. Now, does it mean it would have been great? No. But it would have been something a little different. And We the People was really getting over a lot. People loved it. People were chanting, We the People was really good. But here's the thing. We got the flip side now with Mexican or Mex America. About to say Mexican America like from TNA. Mex America, unless I'm wrong. And ADR on the side of Zed. And Jack trying to figure out what's going on. Does this give you a compelling storyline? It could. Taking away from the match between ADR and R-Truth, we knew R-Truth was going to be squashed and he got his ass squashed. Just like he normally does. He doesn't do anything else but do squash matches. But this might be one of the few compelling stories we're going to have from WWE before the end of the year. And as much as it sounds like, are you serious? I don't like Jack Swagger. I barely tolerate a Zed Coulter, and I want to see ADR do something. Well, this is what you get. Is it going to be good? Maybe. It depends on how Jack can carry this. Because it's not going to be about Zed or ADR. You know they can do some good work. It's going to depend on Jack if he can actually make this work. So that's why I'm going to go with that. And now it's time to talk about the things that seem to be uncaring, I didn't care that much about, or seem to be stupid. The first thing I'm not going to care that much about was Owens versus Dolph Ziggler. Now, comparing a Kevin Owens to a Miz, there's no contest. The Miz has always been a very strong character of heelish proportions compared to the very generic heel of a Kevin Owens. It just is there. This is weak this is strong. Well, actually, this is weak and this is strong. This is The Miz, this is Kevin Owens. And we know that Kevin Owens isn't as strong as The Miz. So when I saw him go up against Dolph, I thought, okay, the reason they're using Kevin Owens in this position isn't because they're going to do something really good with Kevin Owens and make him more heelish like The Miz. Well, how The Miz used to be, because The Miz isn't very strong anymore. But they're using Kevin Owens as a plot device between Dolph, Summer Rae, and Tyler Breeze, who just came up from NXT. Now, mind you, Tyler Breeze looks good. He does look good. I have seen him a couple of times, and I feel like his character has been very well developed, and he looks like he can be compelling. That's if the WWE goes with him, with his character as it was in NXT, and they're willing to push it. What it comes down to it is this. You got a woman in the middle in a butterface, as the Slug Daddy says, of a Summer Rae. Butterface or not, she's got a banging body. She doesn't seem that bad as a person, even though she seems to be pretty self-centered. Not much different than the girlfriends I had on my ex-wife. And then you got Dolph and Tyler Breeze on the sides of her. This is where it's going to come down to. This is all about Summer Rae being rejected by the Dolph Ziggler, and she's using the pretty boy of a Tyler Breeze to fuck with him. Do I care about that? No! The only person I ever cared about when it came to Dolph and Summer Rae was Lana. Lana was the only person that made this important. And unfortunately, Lana's still not back yet. The minute she comes back is the minute that Lana versus Summer Rae are going to have their match. It's going to happen. Is it this year? I don't know. But this is what they're doing with Summer Rae. They want to keep her relevant, so they keep sticking her with Dolph Ziggler, who really isn't relevant, and a Tyler Breeze who's up and coming, but then is a plot device for Summer to keep her busy until Lana comes back and Rusev can come back, and then they can finally finish the freaking feud. That's the reason why I don't like this. And I feel sorry for Tyler Breeze. And I feel even more sorry for Dolph because he's stuck in this with another woman. Now, Miz versus Cesaro. Cesaro looks good. Cesaro's doing great work in the ring. He's getting a huge pop. The Denver crowd loved him. They want to see him be more than what he is. But he's not going anywhere, particularly if you're going to team up Stardust with the Ascension. It would have worked when the Ascension had first came out, when Stardust was totally new and confusingly different. They could have teamed up with Stardust, Goldust, and the Ascension. Could have been something. They could have actually had a feud between each other. That never happened. Now, I know there was a little bit of a lag between the two, and Goldust and Stardust kind of broke up after a certain time before it happened. But you could have had them come back together, and then Cody could have gone against Stardust, and the Ascension could have been working with him by then, and then they could have gone from there, and they could have built on top of it, but no. So I really didn't care. Cesaro won his match. Miz is a jobber now, so. But I don't care about the Ascension, I definitely don't care about Cody. Oh, Stardust. Okay. The elephant in the room. I'm going to do this right now. And it's not the 5-on-5 elimination match. This is the Fatal 4-Way to pick the #1 contender for the Divas Championship at Survivor Series. We know who was going to get it. The only problem here is Sasha Banks. Sasha is an afterthought. People are cheering for Sasha. People want to see the boss. People want to see, I want to see the boss. She's a gorgeous looking woman. My goodness, she's beautiful. Woo! Marry in a heartbeat, and then she'll probably leave me because I'm just not interesting. I'm very boring. I'm doing this, so I'm boring. Actually, I'm not bored with this. I love doing it. But you get my point. Sasha Banks want nothing but excellence. And she didn't get this here. It may have been a good match. And I feel sorry for Becky Lynch for the simple fact she's had very little time to actually be in front of a mic on Raw. So she seems very sloppy. She doesn't have her stick down yet. When it comes to Brie Bella, it's a little better. But we're not talking about much with Brie, because the only thing that's happened right now in the last 6 months is her sister's been talking more than her, and the only thing she's been doing is jobbing her ass off to make money for her hubby, Daniel Bryan, who's still injured. She's doing what she's got to do. She'll take getting jobbed as long as she brings in the money and the money's paying for his doctor bills. That's where it's going right now. That's what it's really doing for her. And I feel really sorry for her because she really can't get anywhere. She can't. She's stuck where she is. She's in mid-card hell. But I knew Paige was going to win this. We all knew Paige was going to win this because it's the only person they built up for Charlotte to go against. So I wasn't surprised here. But it would have been nice for a swerve with Sasha Banks. If they had left Paige out and then Sasha won and then Sasha got her ass kicked by Paige so badly she wasn't there. This is just if things were built properly for Paige and Sasha Banks. Because if it had been built properly, Sasha Banks got her ass kicked, Paige takes her place, wins the title, and then Sasha comes back to beat the frack out of a Paige to be getting the chance to try and get that belt. It would have made a better story, but this is what we got, and it's not much. Bray Wyatt. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Nice light show. Nice talk. Boring. You know why? Two things. One, no Undertaker there. No Kane there. 0. 2, we haven't seen Bray Wyatt really get over in so many months. By himself. This is the kicker here. That the commentators are saying that Bray Wyatt and the Wyatts have now the power of the Undertaker. Well, they first said that, and then they said Bray Wyatt himself. And here's the problem. If Bray was going to have this type of push like this, it should have been done at WrestleMania 30, or better yet, WrestleMania 31. If this was going to happen, it should have happened at 30 or 31. And then he goes from there. And this would get legitimacy, would be legitifying for The Undertaker to give this to a person who's similar to himself in some ways. This would be good for us because then it wouldn't be Brock Lesnar, who's a part-time worker, who I'm not against. He did what he had to do. He got what he wanted. He got his. You can hate Brock or you can love him, but he signed the contract that the WWE was stupid enough to take as it was. And we don't get a very big payout for that. Because this 3-match thing between him and The Undertaker sucked. No matter if the matches were great, The Undertaker's legitimacy is sucked out. So when you see this, now, after almost 2 years where Bray Wyatt was hot 2 years ago. When he really first came out, he was hot. Right before he faced The Undertaker, he wasn't doing that bad, he wasn't great. Now he's so weak, particularly having months upon months fighting with a Roman Reigns. And even though he won some things, he had to have help to win and get over. And that is the worst thing out of this entire situation. He can't do it himself. He shouldn't even need anyone out there. He doesn't need 3 big-ass men behind him to get over. So as much as the light show was good and he talked very eloquently, it's useless. Why should I care? Maybe they'll change my mind in a couple of weeks, but I don't see anything good. Finally, the thing I'm going to talk about is the 5-on-5 elimination match. They were trying too hard. It was stupid. They should have never done this match. It's like giving away a match for free on television that you really need for your pay-per-view. I'm sorry. The WWE needed something, and they should have just done something like the Fatal 4-Way at the end of the show. Even though the match wasn't good, wasn't bad, and it wasn't good either. At least I would have been happier to see Paige at the end of it because that would have been special. this was not special. Even though the Usos came out. Uso! My boys are back, but still, they should have never done this match. It was a free match for Survivor Series, which should have never been given. Next, those guys look like they had no choice but to do it. They did it because they had no choice. That's how I felt with the guys there. Or better yet, they did it, but they didn't want to. Maybe I'll use that for my title. Really, the guys didn't want to do a Survivor Series 5-on-5 match now because why do you care? Why do you care about watching Survivor Series when you've already seen one of the key matches of it that usually isn't done through the year? A 5-on-5 elimination match is not done during the year. There's a purpose behind it. They do this at a special event, and they just gave it away on free television. And then you're trying to promote Seth Rollins throughout the night. I will admit, it was shorter in the beginning of the night. But still, you now let Seth Rollins touch Roman Reigns when they shouldn't be touching yet. Let them talk. Let them brawl. Now, you just got a DQ, which was dumb. You still let Roman Reigns win, so it's not like he won anything. It just feels, Really, that's how I feel about it. I'm not saying the match quality was bad. Throughout the night, the matches were okay. And some of them were more better than others. When it comes to Bad News Baron and Sheamus, I just feel sorry for them because they really need to drop the title of the Money in the Bank and the crown to become the monarchy. They need to become Brits again. Real Brits, where they can go in and kick ass as British citizens. Of course, Ireland is not totally part of the United Kingdom anymore, but you know what I mean. Just come together, kick ass, and take names. That's the way this should be. But who cares? But this is just my point of view. You guys tell me below how you feel, and I hope you enjoyed the Zane's View. Please give me a comment below. I'll be getting my... I'm not going to be doing a debate of the week this week. I got some stuff to do, so I'll be doing my TNA review. But if I can, I will do a debate of the week. So you guys have a good day and have a good night. Peace!